it's Linda. I thought I'd try making chocolate gravy and biscuits for this morning. I promised Tisha that I would do that. So I am using a tripod and a speaker volume of this thing here. So let me know if it works. So we're going to try this anyway. So I put, and this is another one, but I put my recipes on my sugar box so that I won't lose it, because I use it a lot. I should have it memorized, but it's not. So hang on just a second. Let me wash my hands. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, so I'm going to do chocolate gravy first, since I got to put that in the microwave, and I can't run the microwave and the air fryer, toaster oven thing at the same time. So it says here 1/4 cup of flour. This is self-rising. I don't think it makes any difference. It does when you're making biscuits, but not this. And then a cup of sugar. So we got a cup of sugar. And I use that, Walmart has this like unrefined sugar. It's kind of brown. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's not your white sugar, so I think it's a little bit healthier. And actually, it's a little less expensive. So anyways, there is 1/2 cup. And there's another 1/2 cup, so that makes it a whole cup. And I got this, there, thank you. I have a cameraman back there, and he's doing an awesome job, an amazing job. Okay, so, and 2 cups of milk. Forgot to get the milk. So usually if I got more than just 2 of us here or whatever, I'll double this. So, you know, that's 4 cups of milk, and that's a 1/2 cup. Where's my cup? Anyways, okay, this is a 1/2 cup, so I'm going to have to do a 1/2, and a 1/2 is 1, and 1 1/2, and 2 cups of milk. Okay, and then I'll just give that a stir. In fact, let me get my whisk. Hang on just a second. I like to whisk things better. Anyway, so I'll whisk that up. Okay, so I got 1/4 cup of sugar. No, 1/4 cup of flour, a cup of sugar, and 2 cups of milk so far. Now I just mix this up. And then I put this in the microwave. Will you be able to see the microwave? Yeah. Anyways, I start this on 2. And every 2 minutes now I will mix that. So while that's cooking, I'll start my, I don't need sugar anymore. I'll start my biscuits. And my biscuits start with, let me get my cup measure. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Couldn't find my new one, but this is an old one, and old ones work just as good. Anyways, with my biscuits, I start with 2 cups of self-rising. I know some of the older ones like to do plain, and that's good. I'm just used to using self-rising. So 2 cups of self-rising. And then, the other day I ran out of liquid buttermilk. This is a cultured buttermilk powder that you can mix with it. And I put, what did I do with I put 4 tablespoons, I don't know if you can see that. And this has to go in the refrigerator when you get through opening it for the first time. So anyways, I'll put 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a take. And then I do this because that's kind of lumpy. So I just kind of, I make a mess, but that's okay. I'll clean it up after the camera's off. But anyways, and then I have to get to the lumpy part. And but this really makes that powdered buttermilk, because I can't make good biscuits without buttermilk. So either powdered or liquid. And Bulgarian, regular, it's just whatever your preference is. I think Bulgarian buttermilk has a little bit more of a, it makes it more, I don't know, makes it better to me. So anyways, and then because I've got the powdered buttermilk, I don't have to use milk. I can use water. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Now I get to do a stick of butter. Don't do that. So you do a stick of butter. And let me get my pastry blender. Hang on here. And it beats, so I get to stir the gravy. And you just stir it. Put it back on 2 minutes. Now I'm back here to the biscuits. I guess this is called multitasking, I don't know. But I got a pastry blender. You know. Anyways, one of these things. I don't know what they're called. I guess a pastry blender. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, and I just get in here and I just blend up my butter. So you've got 2 cups of self-rising flour. You've got a stick of butter, and you've got 4 tablespoons of the powdered buttermilk. Now, if you're going to use the liquid buttermilk, wait till you get this all blended. And you just break it up. I used to use my hands, you know, cut it up in small pieces with a knife, and then use your hands, and you can do that. But Jessica got me this, or got me one like this, and I liked it so well, I got another one. And but you want to get one that's real thick because you're doing a lot of pushing around. So, but anyways, and you're just doing this until all the butter gets broke up into pieces. So, and then you're just kind of mixing it all together. And you definitely want to get the pieces of butter because you want it to be all the way through the biscuit, not just in big clumps. But, okay, let me show you what I've got. I don't know if you can see that. And now I'm going to start with my water because I've got the powdered buttermilk in there. And you just kind of, I had an Aunt Beatty, and my grandma, Adele Yarber, she used to do this. She used to watch her all the time. Grandma had one of those old-timey pie safes, and she had a big, huge drawer, and she'd pull out that drawer, and her flour would be in there. And I'm sure it was not self-rising. And she would go and she'd make an indentation in the flour. And she would put all of her stuff in there, and she did it, I don't know if she did with cornbread or not, but she did for the biscuits. And she would be talking like I am and stuff, and she would be mixing and stuff, and she would pour that liquid in there, and she would get in there with her hands and mix that up in the drawer with the flour. But she had done it so often that she was able to do it and it not soak through and mess up any more than what she needed. Because when she got through, she had a little lump of, kind of like what I've got, and she would pour it out and put it on her her table so she could cut biscuits. And hang on, let me get that. Okay, I'm back. And while I was there, I found out that my chocolate gravy was ready. But let me show you what happens with your chocolate gravy in the microwave. If you don't get a big enough bowl, or you don't pay enough attention, then it boils out. So you want to definitely have a big enough bowl. So this is done, so let me show you how I make it into chocolate. Now that's vanilla. Ooh, vanilla. I forgot the vanilla. So if you want just vanilla, I don't know why you would want vanilla gravy for your biscuits. But, and then I put in a little bit of vanilla and a pinch of salt. I think they say the salt kind of enhances. I don't know. So anyway, then you can put any kind, but this is milk chocolate. I really love milk chocolate. But the dark chocolate's good for you. Why do I not like the stuff that's the best for you? It's okay. I took dark chocolate and I made some Almond Joy little candy pieces. Oh my gosh, it was good. But anyways, that's another recipe. But anyways, I just dumped it. If you can see, I just dumped it in there. And now I'm mixing it up. See if I don't spill it. Yuck. Yeah, make sure it doesn't spill out over your bowl. And that's your chocolate gravy. And voila, there is your chocolate gravy. Now, if you do not have a microwave, you can do this on the stove, but please do it on low heat and don't leave it, because I leave mine and it scorches. So you don't want to do that. So now back to the biscuits. I went and got my little thing to put my flour and stuff on, and this is just a vegetable can that I cut the top and bottom out, and that's what I use to cut my biscuits out with. I don't guess I use it for anything else but my biscuits. And I just sprinkle a little bit of flour on the thing. And now this is where Grandma would take this lump, and it would be prettier than mine, but she made it every day. If you make something every day, then you get really good at it. But she would, that's when she would put it on her floured surface, which would usually be her counter. And I just take and kind of mash it around. Now, if you're making rolls and stuff, you want to knead, or bread, you want to knead the mess out of it, because that makes it better. But with biscuits, you don't. Now I'm just dumping this, sticking that into the flour so it won't stick. But can you see what I'm doing? There you go. And, but with biscuits, you don't want to work it too much because it gets too tough. Okay, guess what I forgot? I forgot the pot. Hang on. I'm back. So anyways, yeah, it's best if you have all your stuff there. So sometimes I don't work this enough, and you can't pick it up. If you can't pick it up, then it's not worked enough. But see, you just got your biscuits, and you just put them in your pan. You can cook this in the oven, but I like cooking it in the air fryer because it doesn't take as long. And because the oven, you have to preheat it, and then then it does its thing. It's just so much easier in the air fryer / convection oven thingy. So anyways, you just cut your biscuits until you can't make any more. Now, Jessica loved raw biscuit dough. There's no egg in here, so it wouldn't hurt it. And so I miss giving her a piece, and nobody else in the family likes it. So this piece is for you, Jessica. Anyway, so you take that, and there's your biscuits. So now I'm going to wipe that off. I'll go over here and turn my oven, my convection bacon oven on. Let me take that out. Put that on. Okay. 300. And there you go. And there you have the beginnings of biscuits and chocolate gravy. I'm going to make, I have a green tomato that I got from the garden yesterday, so I'm going to fry some tomatoes. I was going to try it but you can't use the fryer and the convection oven thing at the same time. So I will fry me a tomato, and I'll show you how to do that. Katie's friend, Savannah, told me how to, what they do with their pickles and stuff, and I tried it, and oh, it's good. But anyways, let me stop you, and I'll get all my stuff for that. Okay, I'm back. Now doing fried green tomatoes. And I just took my green tomato that I got from the garden, and I'm just slicing it very carefully into ever how many slices I can get out of it. Anyway, so now I've got plain flour. I have panko breadcrumbs. That was really the trick. And then this is one of those times that you need liquid buttermilk, but I don't have liquid buttermilk, so let me show you a little trick. But you got to be very sparingly on it, because it'll clabber it really good, and then all you taste some vinegar. So that sweet milk I just poured in there. Let me see if I can. And this is just plain vinegar, you know, vinegar that you use when you're cooking. And I'm just going to put, now in a glass I'd put a little bit more, but I'm just going to put just a few drops of it. And in just a minute it's going to thicken up a little bit. Just kind of clabbering it and stuff. So, I don't know if you can, anyways. So that's what I do to kind of make it a little bit more into buttermilk. I don't know if that's just what I do. Anyways, so I got my pan over here heating on the stove. And I want to salt it. Where's my salt? Back over here. And I can't find it. There it is. Okay, I want to salt it. Salt it on both sides. And I'm going to put some of this sweet banana pepper on it. That I've done. Anyways, okay, I'm back. Anyways, I had to get me some stuff for my white gravy that I'm making. So anyways, there's my first tomato. And again, what did I say? Let's see. Flour. It's amazing you forget stuff. And then your milk that's got vinegar in it. Or if you've got buttermilk, that works. And then your panko. So you just do that until you get all your tomatoes fried. Oh my gosh, they're so good. But, you know, a lot of people don't like them. I think I'm the only one in the family that likes it. But you know what? I will splurge and I will get me a green tomato sometimes. And, I will make me fried green tomatoes. And so my biscuits, they dinged, so I'll show you those in a minute. Jessica said I forget to show y'all the finished product. So I will show y'all the finished product today. Anyways, Katie had her birthday yesterday. She turned 17. Can you believe that? My grandbaby is growing up. And so she's with her mama. Let me move this back a little bit because I have got to wash my food. She's with her mama this weekend, so. But I made her some peanut butter squares for her birthday instead of a birthday cake. Anyways, okay, I'm moving you back. And letting you see, hopefully, I got this from the, oops, that's my medicine. I got this from the food pantry. They get these huge boxes of pieces of peppered bacon. And so I thought I'd put a few in there to kind of flavor the gravy for my white gravy. But it's so peppery that I have to wash the pepper off of some of them. So I just kind of, can you do that? I don't know. I just do. And then I take and, because I don't want to pop it everywhere, and stab it. And then I put it in my pan, and of course my pan's not warm enough yet. So anyways, and turn my tomatoes over, and we'll do that, and I'll turn you back on when this gets done enough that I can do the next step. Be back in a minute. I'm back, and as you can see, my bacon is done. And I also cleaned up the kitchen some. That's one thing I do, is I will wash my dishes as I get them dirtied and done with them, because then you don't have a whole bunch of dishes to do at the end. Because I hate washing dishes all at the end when it gets... Now that's really not enough grease for me for the white gravy. I just add a little bit more. But at least you got the taste of the bacon. And whatever I have left over, I give to the dogs anyways. So then, now that's the flour that let me get my mixer. That's the flour I had left over from the tomatoes. Or you can always use the flour you have left over from, I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see this. See that? Okay, you just kind of do it until it's brown, and I put salt, but I put a lot of salt in mine, so more than that shaker can get. And let's see if I can find the pepper. I like a lot of pepper in mine, so then you're just cooking it on low. And then a little bit higher than that. Then you get your milk. And this is regular sweet milk. I didn't put no vinegar in it or anything. And you just stir it up until it gets thicker. And if you happen to add too much liquid, then you can just let it boil and, you know, boil down to the consistency that you want. And you can use this also as a base for, instead of frying, you know, bacon and stuff, you can use butter and flour. This is like the roux that I made for my macaroni and cheese. And instead of milk, you can use chicken broth or whatever, but I'm letting that kind of boil a little bit. But be careful, because it will boil over, because I want it a little bit thicker. I don't want it so thick they can't spoon it. That's too thick. But you want it thin enough that you can spoon it, but thick enough that it'll at least stay on the biscuit. And let's see here. Yeah. You know, you want it to stay on the biscuit, so you want to, let me cook that just a tad more. And I'm going to get, where's my, there it is. This is my, where I made the tomatoes. I'm going to put that on there for my eggs. I'm just going to scramble the eggs. I'm going to turn that off. And then with my pan that I'm scrambling eggs in, and I'll show you how to do that, because, you know, when I got married, I knew nothing about cooking. I mean, Mama taught us a little bit, but I just turned 18, actually, yeah, I turned 18 in July. No, I turned 19, March. We got married in March. I was 18, and then I turned 19. So, you know, when you're that age, you know, you don't really pay a whole lot. But I really wanted to learn how to cook, and I wanted to cook like the old-timey cooks, you know, country cooks. And so, anyways, let me get a cup. The reason why I'm getting a cup and breaking these separately is because these are like farm eggs, and which is actually better for you. But you don't want to break them all in the pan, because one of them could be, how do I say this so it's not yucky, fertilized. And you'll know, because it's kind of bloody and stuff. And yep, I just messed up with the white ones. Well, even the white ones, you know, the city ones that you get, they could be messed up too. But it's just better to do it this way. See, it looks good. And then I just take them and then just scramble them and let it cook. Now, Tim doesn't like a lot of seasoning in here, so I season mine afterwards. I used to put a lot of salt on everything, and I've learned not to do that either. So I do more of the, like the sweet banana peppers and the peppers and a little bit of salt, because too much salt hides the taste of whatever you just salted. You know, so you want the salt to enhance the flavor of what you just cooked. You don't want to drown it in your seasonings. You don't want that. Anyway, so you just scramble them until they're the consistency that you like. Some people like soft scrambled. Some people like hard scrambled. It's just the consistency that you like. And let me put you on pause, turn my oven off, and then I'll plate it and show y'all. Okay, I am back. First, I wanted to start with the chocolate gravy. Now, this is how I eat my chocolate gravy. And yes, this is splurging. And don't tell my doctors. But I only eat chocolate gravy when the kids are eating with me, which is maybe once or twice a month, because they don't eat breakfast like as soon as we do. And so sometimes I'll fix breakfast for supper. And if that's the case, then I'll fix chocolate gravy and grits and potatoes and kind of add to it. So anyways, I put a little butter in my bowl. Probably put a little bit more chocolate gravy. And then I'll break my biscuits up into that and eat it. Now what's left, I can't give to the dogs, but I wouldn't, because I would put it in the refrigerator and let it chill, and it becomes chocolate gravy, chocolate pudding. But here's my biscuits after they got out of the air fryer. So I'm just very, very, very pleased with the air fryer. And so let me make Tim's plate. Okay. And I got the gravy. So let me get a spoon for that. And like I said, I like having breakfast for supper because you can just add so much to it. But I usually fix biscuits and gravy for Tim for Saturdays. And I just put a little bit. Now I will put a little bit of gravy on my eggs, because I don't like I said, I limit myself. And then I put his eggs. And you know what? You can eat anything you want. It's just how much you eat makes a difference. And make sure, now, my sister Brenda's diabetic, so she can't have, she might be able to steal a spoonful, a small tablespoonful or a teaspoonful. But if you don't have health problems, then still, you want to eat within balance. So, small portions, you can eat anything. But there's Tim's breakfast. He's got his biscuits, his gravy, and his eggs and his bacon. And I'm going to, believe it or not, I use a lot of paper plates. But for y'all, I put Tim's on. But here's my, there's my fried tomatoes. So, and then I'll have my biscuit and stuff. So anyways, that is how I make breakfast. And thank y'all for listening and watching. I know this was a long time. Oh my gosh. 48 minutes. I don't know if y'all listened to all that. But anyways, I will see you next time. Post in the comments things that you would like to see me make. If I know how, I will make it for you. If not, then we'll have to do something different. Anyways, until next time, you have a blessed day, and God loves you, and so do I. Talk to you later.